The Renegades are here.
I'm still in shock. I mean, they're interrupting this guy.
That is Bandana Joe and Coven and their manager, the voice, Lieutenant Dan, on their way to the ring. They have dominated South Texas for a very long time, making their way up to Aggie Land for the first time.
These guys were a little cold and aloof backstage. Like, they didn't even say anything to anybody. I was wondering who they were, if they were just security. No, these guys are ready for a fight, it looks like.
Well, sure. I mean, they came to Lions Pride Sports for a reason, but I just question the interruption here. Got Carl Perry in the ring trying to talk about his retirement, but his move into running our co-running, I guess, our training facility, the Bryant Boxing Club, MMA, and now the Lions Den.
My condolences on your loss, but never fear. You're not in a boxing ring, much less an MMA ring. This is a wrestling ring, and by the looks of you, pal, you don't look too tough to me.
He's got to be kidding, right? I mean, seriously.
Lieutenant Dan's new around these parts.
Look at those guns. They're bigger than Lieutenant Dan's head.
Let me introduce yourself here to us. My name is Lieutenant Dan, and I am the voice of the Renegades. And surrounding me is Coven and Bandana Joe. And I assure you, they're way tougher than you, pal.
A lot of finger pointing here.
Yeah, a lot of. Oh my God!
Oh.
That was not a finger point. That was a knocked his butt out point.
Carl Perry's pretty proud of himself. Carl Perry with a knockout blow to Coven.
Hold up.
And Chocolate City's in the house too. What in the world is happening?
If being knocked out by a former MMA champion wasn't enough, Chocolate City's coming to the ring. What do they got in store for the Renegades?
Complete chaos to start off high voltage. Carl Perry with a knockout punch. And now Chocolate City arrives.
I mean, I guess Lieutenant Dan's going to have to fight because one of his guys is already knocked clean out.
Coven is still down. Lieutenant Dan doing everything but mouth to mouth to get him going.
And I want to see that. I don't know about you, Steve, but I mean,
Chocolate City, a big part of the Pride since day one. And Coven is lights out as Chocolate City lights up the expo.
Future's so bright, they got to wear their shades right now.
Obviously, Bandana Joe and Lieutenant Dan very concerned. They also shouldn't have been pointing those fingers right in the chest of Carl Perry.
Now listen, I've seen Carl Perry hanging out at the Lions Den and inside of the Bryant Boxing Gym. You don't want to mess with that man. And Coben learned that the hard way.
What happened? He got sucker punched. He's got a big mouth, but he looks like he's got a glass jaw. Sucker punch. Where's the boxer? You did that? All on your own? Can I come to your gym? Can you give me a few lessons? Man. Now, Aaron, you got some crazy stuff going on in this opening match, baby. We need to be a part of this. Big Daddy Yum Yum, the real deal, Nobe Bryant, the perfect athlete, collectively known as Chocolate City. I got an idea. This guy's giving me an idea. You know, I train.
I mean, are they going to take out Bandana Joe by himself? I mean, come on.
Oh, I think I know what they want. They want to see Chocolate City versus these guys right now.
What is Lieutenant Dan?
I think they got to fight Lieutenant Dan.
I don't think Dan.
So hold on, let me just test the water real quick. But I feel like I already know the answer. Bryan, Texas, Aggie Land. Do y'all want to see a tag team match?
What tag team? Coben's knocked out.
Let's get a referee out here. You need to wake this guy up. Get him up. Because this match starts right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the following
They dragging him to the corner, Steve.
Wake up, Coven. Coven? Because Rod Sterling hasn't been around. I've had to fill in for him.
I'm glad you remember all that, Steve.
I give it a shot. Also, fun fact here, as Bandana Joe's extremely concerned and confused about what's happening.
I mean, he's got to be. Coven's still down.
I know. Well, it's a way to debut, I guess. But a way. Oh, wait a second.
Well, I mean, at least Yum Yum's trying to make it fair.
The bell has been rung, and we are underway as Yum Yum is a little sleepy right now. Hey,
he's just taking a nap. Does he just want to come and join us on commentary?
Come over and do commentary. Come over and do.
Oh no, he's trying to cover up. Oh, come on. And Coven is still out over there, by the way. The match is officially underway. Nobe Bryant in the ring versus Bandana Joe.
I call him the Beach.
I'm not going to call him the Beach.
Why not?
Because I'm trying not to make dirty jokes, Steve.
Well,
that's why.
He also goes by the Death Machine.
The Death Machine? His buddy's laid over there. Death.
Well, Coven apparently is Galactic Steve, but I think he's on Dream Street right now. Big Daddy Yum Yum looking cute in the corner there, trying to watch on as the Real Deal. I was going to mention this. The Real Deal, we are here now, I believe, on a dozen shows here in our history of Lions Pride Sports. This is another one that Nobe Bryant is a part of. In fact, he's been a part of all of them.
Every single one? He hadn't missed a single show?
Not at all.
Big Daddy Yum Yum is playing virtual video games over here.
Up, up, down, down. Oh. That was an exchange of slaps. Bandana Joe, we're all kidding aside, he is in some dire straits here, being 1-on-2 at the moment, but obviously the guy's a great athlete. Wheelbarrow attempt now. Nope. Roll up. Nobe Bryant. Cover and a kick out there. So close. Big arm drag taking over Joe and a drop kick to boot.
I mean, I think it's fair. Yum Yum's not even trying to get in the match. Like he's over here playing around, laying down, covering up with a ring apron and everything. And Bandana Joe, who are you trying to tag over there?
He's trying to tag Coven. Very clearly trying to tag a very asleep Coven. Double team now as the tag was made. Yum Yum is legal and up and over. Oh, man. Joe is in a whole bunch of trouble. Referee should be taking Nobe out. Taking out Joe are both of Chocolate City's members.
Oh, Copen's arm is moving over there. That's a good thing for.
Was it because Dan picked it up? The crowd wanting Yum Yum to put his booty in Joe's face, but Yum Yum saying not yet.
Might be a little bit easier for Coven. I mean, he's still just laid out over there in the corner.
Yum Yum going to the corner with a big back elbow.
He's wanting to go again.
Oh, here comes Joe with a big splash. The big man. Probably about as many gallons as Yum Yum, but there's a splash right there.
Right over the top rope.
Cross body is Yum Yum with the agility, and now sends Joe headfirst into the worst corner he could be in. Although every corner right now is a bad one because there is no Coven for safety. Oh, little back elbow there by Joe. And
a kick to the back of the knee.
I'm telling you, Bandana Joe should not be trifled with at this point. I think Chocolate City may be taking things a little bit too lightly at this point.
Well, and Coven, look, he's stirring over there. I think he just got some smelling salt or something.
Coven is awake. Lieutenant Dan got him up from sleepy time, but Carl Perry put him in. That three-time MMA champion still with a knockout right hand.
And Copen's eyes are glazed over like a donut. I mean, he is just out of it over there in the corner.
What are you saying Bandana Joe eats?
I mean, I wasn't going to say he's got a spare tire or anything, but
big
you know.
Clothesline, and now Yum Yum coming back in, and it's the hard way for Joe. Yum Yum off the ropes, ducking down is Joe, but Yum Yum with a beautiful roll right over the top of Joe. Into the cover now. No leg hook, though, and Joe is able to get the shoulder up.
You know, I think you're right. I mean, they are taking them a little soft. I mean, you've seen these guys, just like I have, where they have just gone to town on people, and I think they're just having a little fun.
Nobody wants the microphone. We know what this means.
Is this y'all's first show? Well, if you don't know me, you might need to know that I like to sing. I'm real good at it, too. Y'all want to hear my song? I said, do y'all want to hear my song?
Bandana Joe.
Everybody is ready.
Renegade, do you want to hear my song?
No, he does not.
They do not. Lieutenant Dan is saying absolutely not.
Well, you're going to hear it anyway. It goes like this. I got my booty in your face. My booty in your face. Got my booty.
Bandana Joe is not enjoying this. And usually I'm not a big fan of that song, but I think it was kind of fitting today.
Probably deserving of a Slammy rather than a Grammy.
Coven is finally standing up over there. Look at this.
Oh! Lieutenant Dan is standing too, and now Nobe Bryant is not.
Referee had his back turned.
And now Joe trying to take advantage, get some advantage for the first time really in this matchup. And Cohen's coming in maybe? They're in the corner.
I mean, he's barely standing up. I mean, is he going to be able to make it work? Oh, well.
Again, now Coven off the distraction.
Punch.
The referee's attention turned to the corner, but it is Coven trying to deprive Nobe Bryant of all the oxygen. Real deal is hard to take down, but when he doesn't have oxygen, it's a little bit easier.
I mean, you want to talk about athletes, and we've talked about this many times with Nobe Bryant. He is a real deal athlete. Like, he has got skills that NBA players wish they could have.
Coven, first time in the matchup, the cover. But I should mention, too, Nobe Bryant and Chocolate City have been tagging since the beginning of Lions Pride, but they didn't have any time together before they were formed here in the Pride back in October. This team of Bandana Joe and Coven, the Renegades, have been together for 5 years. They know all the double team moves, all the tricks of the trade in order to succeed. They are a force to be reckoned with when they're both upright.
You know, you say that.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Bandana Joe coming from 10 feet up.
Big man jumping up that high. But, you know, Nobe and Yum Yum have gelled so well together.
Oh, of course.
In these last few months. I mean, you wouldn't know that these guys haven't even teamed together for a year. Oh, big DDT.
Nobe Bryant pops up and gets the tag. Here comes Yum Yum for the most decorated team in the Pride. The best record, and for a reason. Yum Yum with that kick, and now lifts the knee right into the face. Joe counters back, though. Boot to the midsection. Power slam as a counter. Coven is in. Coven is down. Big Daddy Yum Yum getting this crowd fired up in Bryan. Tag is made. Here comes Nobe. And Bandana Joe. Oh, maybe a Rainmaker here? Rainmaker coming. And a scissor kick to boot. Cover by both men. Only one's legal. And that's 3. It does not matter.
Legal, 2 men
None of
legal.
them raised the shoulder.
But you know, the team got in a lot more offense than I thought that they might after Coven was just knocked out before the match even started. So good for them. Good debut, I think, from the Texas Renegades, but they were no match for Chocolate City.
They also put themselves at a distinct disadvantage early by getting in Carl Perry's face. Coven got the lights back on, but Chocolate City turned the Renegades' lights out.